They call it the Big Mango, Bangkok, Thailand, the ignition point of my adventure in Southeast Asia. Over 11 million people live in this massive city and call it home. I had time on my side, so why not use it to explore the mysteries of the land of smiles? My cycling journey would begin in central Bangkok. As much as I enjoy this big city life, I find riding past the skyscrapers, food vendors, and noisy tuk-tuks somewhat annoying, as I know that beyond the city limits, several days away, I'll find the coastline with empty beaches and majestic sunsets. Departing from Bangkok, I will cycle over 1,200 kilometers following sections of the coastline heading eastward towards the Cambodian border. I will then change directions and travel northeast and meet up with the Laos Border crossing at Chong Mek.
I'm just following this canal. It's paralleling it's actually just a field of palm trees, but going along the edge of the road here, they've got just a small little plantation of bananas. So they're not ripe, but it's a nice color. They match they match the color of my bicycle, so it kind of caught my eye. But probably see those at the market maybe in another week or two. I'm not too sure on that. But anyways, right now I'm following this road. It's going to a place called the Black Sand Beach, which apparently is, I don't know, there's something that one of the locals recommended to me this morning to go check out. It's about another about 10 kilometers. I believe I can just continue following this path and then we'll arrive.
The Black Sand Beach is located within a national park and is mixed with mangrove trees containing an abundance of birds, crabs, and mussels and spans over 1 kilometer. When I arrived, however, it was high tide, which was unfortunate. I was looking forward to seeing it. Not a complete waste though, as there is a nearby fishing village that I wanted to take a look at and get some lunch.
Well, as I continue through Trat province here, I've arrived at a small fishing village. They refer to it as the Eastern Apex. So I stopped in here for lunch and I just walked around the port there. There's a lot of the local fishermen here working on their nets and things like that, and families that are coming in and out, heading off to get the day's catch. And it's just kind of interesting to see. They've got fish out just on the street that are drying, and I guess you just, once it sits there, it's just small ones, and you just eat them by hand, kind of thing, pop them in your mouth. Not really something I'm interested in, but always interesting to look at. Anyway, moving on. My my resort that I'm staying at tonight it's right near the ocean, and between basically walking out my room and the ocean is a mangrove forest. And I don't know, I guess it's the hotel that has it, but it's they've got a boardwalk that goes straight through here. And thought I'd come out here for a nice little stroll before sunset, see if I can see any wildlife. Yeah, it's amazing. I just walked straight up my door and here it was. Beautiful day riding today. I'm experiencing what's called chain suck on my bike. My lower chain ring is it's got excessive wear on it, and I'm gonna have to go to a bike shop tomorrow and see if they've got some parts and get that swapped out. It's my understanding when I get to Laos, like essentially there's no bicycle shops there that would carry Shimano parts. So I want to make sure everything's running smoothly before I get there. Well, I left Trat and I'm working my way actually north. It's actually northwest today, and it's I picked a highway. It's the furthest one east in Thailand, and I'm pretty much following the Cambodian border. Well, it's actually on the hills just to the right of me. And anyway, so I'm heading north and working my way up to a city called Sa Kaeo. I'll probably be there tomorrow or possibly the next day. So today it's been 100 kilometers so far. I think I got another 20, and there should be a small town that has got a hotel. But it's just a beautiful road here, and I picked it because there wasn't that much traffic, so it's nice and peaceful. It's got a shoulder. This part of the area of the highway's got a shoulder on it, which you can see. But earlier today there was really just nothing. But lots of farmers here and things like that. You can see they got a small hut just up on the hill there. Well, start of another morning, getting out of my bungalow. So good sleep last night. This place is like 500 baht. Today I'm heading to a place called Prasat Mongtam Buriram. It's an old, I believe it's an old Khmer temple. It's about 90 kilometers from here. As I'm working my way out, I'm entering Buriram province today. So that'll be a little change of scenery too, and continuing on to Ubon Ratchathani. So nothing wrong with the bike. Everything's going well. Well, we've got a friendly water buffalo here just on the side of the highway. The owners just kind of nail them down on the side of the road here to keep the grass down. So there's no highway maintenance has to come and buzz the grass all the time. They just let all the locals handle it. So, but he looks quite happy. Aren't you? Well, on the side of the road here, just another small temple. I'm not sure what the significance is of this one, but I thought I'd be alone here because there's no cars, but evidently there's I guess a caretaker here. He seems quite friendly, so Sawadee Kap. Absolutely beautiful. Well, this is the shrine of Chow Por Nong Hong. There's no plaque or anything here to read about the point of the shrine or why the individual is revered. I just found the name on Google Maps. So yeah, it's quiet. It's just me, and there's a caretaker here. He seems quite friendly, and trying to communicate with him seems to be impossible. But yeah, just another spot on the side of the road. I'm going to continue on and find some lunch, and kind of feel like an iced Americano. I think I deserve one now. I'm in the inner courtyard of the Prasat Muang Tam temple. This is actually, it's a Hindu temple, and it's dedicated to the goddess Shiva. And this is in the inner courtyard. This is actually where the library would have been, and as well, it's actually surrounded by there's a water reservoir that goes right around the inside here. So I'm going to do a lap around and do some exploring and check out some of the buildings here. This is a really neat place. Walking through the inner courtyard, it's absolutely it's astonishing to think that they built all this by hand. It's quite peaceful in here. Be a good spot to relax for the afternoon, read a book if I didn't have places to get to. But let's see what's up here. Some parts, I guess, have been restored quite a bit, and which is more the modern brick that you see behind me, and others is looking, well, a lot more original anyway. It just goes on and on. Wow. Every time I come to one of these old Khmer temples, it just makes me wonder, like 800 years ago, the people that put this place together and what they would be thinking about guys like me walking around nowadays and just, touching the, the reliefs on the wall and some of the writing. It's just amazing to think that it's still here. It makes me wonder what's buried in the ground here as well. And there's other temples in the area too, and so people would be walking back and forth, and there'd be a community nearby, but just a special place of worship, I guess, and education. But it's just a beautiful feeling here. All the old trees and things like that, and yeah, it's just really feels special. Really happy. It's a good feeling being here. Well, I arrived at a small town called Kong Chiam. It's about 25 kilometers from the Chong Mek border crossing. And this is actually a spot where the Moon River and the Mekong River actually meet. And there's a spot right here, there's a point, it's called the Two Color River Viewpoint. So I'm gonna head over there and take a look at it. And apparently it's kind of a good spot to take a look. There's a lot of rocks and stuff like that in the Mekong. So it's apparently quite scenic. And as well, just across the river is Laos. So, which is gonna be neat to finally see it. Of course, I'll be crossing the border tomorrow. So hopefully won't take too much excitement away from it. Well, I have arrived at the Two Color Rivers. Might just be the time of year, water flow, rain, etc. I didn't see too much difference in the colors, but I imagine it varies a lot. So in the background, actually, you can see Laos. So it's kind of a nice spot to come here. Some people are just here for lunch. There's actually a temple here called Wat Kong Chiam. So some people are coming here to pray, and others are just taking their families to come here for a picnic. And then there's guys like me on their bicycles that come here and like to see synthetic sakura trees, like the one behind me. Yeah, it's a nice spot. I think if you're in Ubon Ratchathani and you're going to be out and exploring, might as well come. Everybody wants to come see the Mekong, so it's definitely worth checking out. Today's, I believe it's day 12 or maybe day 13 since I've departed Bangkok. I'm actually cycling, so a little bit somber to be seeing the border in a way. It's going to be a lot harder traveling through Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia. Thailand is, it's just such a breeze and everything's so convenient. But anyway, I'm going to find a hotel for tonight, and I'll make the crossing in the morning just so I have a full day to get to Paxi. But what a fun trip. I'll go explore the market tonight and see if there's anything interesting here tonight. But yeah, pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to Laos. It's a different culture, different food, and different challenges on a lot more hills. So anyway, cheers. Market here. It shouldn't say it's small. Actually, it seems to be more. Keep walking around, the more extensive it is. Being that this is a border market, I've noticed that the prices here are significantly cheaper. They also seem to have a water buffalo for meat here too. First time I've ever seen that I'm aware of. Lots of interesting spots to explore anyway.
My perfect circle around Southeast Asia so far has been refreshing and rewarding. I'm looking forward to exploring Laos and following the Mekong River north into the mountains. What will I discover next?